All right, so today we had a request to put the T11, W King T11 up against the new ONN Party Box, Large Party Box 2. Come on, come up with a better name. Come up with a name. So anyway, we're going to put these indoors against each other and see if the T11, both of these are about the same price. $150 for the ONN. I think right now the T11 goes for like $160, somewhere in there. Similar price, a little bit different in size. We're going to see what they sound like against each other. Let's go. All right, so we've got the speaker set up. The camera's about 8 feet, 9 feet away. I'm zoomed in a little bit. I got the dB meter down there at the bottom so you can get an idea of the loudness, particularly when it gets up to higher volumes. So we're going to start on the left with the ONN, and it is with this bass boost on. And the W King T11, that's running firmware 2.36, and that's an EQ1, which is the more bass-oriented EQ. ONN has a little fuller sound. It sounds like a bigger speaker. T11. ONN. Let's go up to 80%. T11. ONN. T11. ONN. So the speakers, if you were just listening to them blindly without looking at them, you can tell the ONN sounds like a larger speaker, has a little fuller sound to it. The T11, I've said this in the previous video, if you just listen to it by itself, it's not as noticeable, but when you compare it up to another speaker or a larger speaker, it has a little bit of that boxy sound to it, and it doesn't have the depth of bass. I mean, the bass is pretty good, but it just doesn't have the same impact that you get from a bigger speaker. Of course, the T11, keep in mind, is a sealed design, and the ONN is a rear ported design. So they're kind of two different animals. So you'd kind of expect to get a little more impact out of a ported speaker compared to a sealed one. Speakers, which one would you take? I would take the ONN. It's a little warmer sound, but I usually typically with my speakers, almost never do I just leave them alone. You know, if they have their own EQ in an app or something, I'll use that. Neither one of these do. But generally, I'll use a third-party EQ and I'll adjust it. So the ONN, if I listen to the ONN, I usually adjust the mids up a little and the highs a little more. Sounds pretty good. Same kind of holds true with the W King. This is the EQ1, which is more bass-oriented. EQ2 is more treble-oriented, so you lose some bass. But you can definitely tell when you listen to these, if you didn't have eyes to view them, that the T11 is the smaller speaker. It's still a good speaker, but it just has a little bit of that hollow sound when you compare it up to other speakers sometimes. But let me know what you guys thinking below. They're both really close to the same output, max volume. The T11 may be just a little bit louder. They're close. Of course, these are running off their battery. You'll get some extra boost on the ONN speaker when you plug it in. I don't think the T11 really changes any as far as output goes when plugged in. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Either one of these are good options. Obviously, the T11's more portable, easier to take around. But the ONN does have a telescopic handle that comes out, and it wheels also. And it's not super heavy. So either one of them's a good option, just depends on what you need. Whereas the T11, like I said, is sealed, the ONN is ported. Like and subscribe, guys. I'd appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, do that today. It's free. It doesn't cost anything, and I guarantee it's worth every bit of that. That's a wrap, guys. We'll catch you the next one.